All right, we got the old guys crying about the flopping. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to be 100% honest on how I feel about flopping and how I feel about SGA, how I feel about all this stuff. I'm going to break it down. Before we get into the video, though, I'm going to just say this. I don't like the fact that y'all are blaming SGA. SGA ain't the one that started this. Y'all want to blame somebody, blame your king, your almighty. Blame LeBron James. He's the first superstar to start flopping. He's the first one. Name me somebody before LeBron that was flopping, that was flailing around. SGA is not the problem. The problem is the game in itself. SGA is playing the game he has to combat. Because if he don't flop, somebody else gonna flop. So let's take the focus off of SGA and let's put the focus on Adam Silver, on the refs, right? Because on LeBron, right? On James Harden, those are the people that's made flopping popular, nigga. And let's stop acting like SGA ain't the only one that flopped. We had Jaylen Brown come out and complain about flopping like, bro, you flop, bro.
Watch SGA, I get the brilliance, I get the eliteness of the level of player he's at, but as a former player, I just sit there and I'm like, how am I supposed to root for that? How can I cheer that on, SA? KP, how can I do that? When I didn't see Kobe. Kobe would go up and down, play through things, but okay.
I agree.
Kobe Bryant is guarded by Michael Jordan, and the fall away by Kobe Bryant.
MJ would play up and down, play through, like, okay. It wasn't head back.
Agreed.
It wasn't.
But that was the entire league, though. It wasn't just MJ and Kobe. The entire league. Jordan would go in the paint and get 4-5 elbows there, knock you in your ribs. They used to teach, like I remember being in AAU, they used to teach us. They used to make us practice getting through screens. And they would make our bigs put the elbow in our fucking ribs so we can get used to getting through the screen. Like, they don't do that shit no more.
Look at how many times his feet land in the position of the defense where he then automatically falls. Why does he need to play that way?
Every time I open up my IG, I have 40 comments, peers, former players, and how much they are bothered by SGA and his game.
3. Mike's 3 or 4 from outside the arc. How about this matchup? 2 young studs in the association.
That's a foul, bro.
And the crowd going berserk as the little head jerk. I mean, he
looked like a foul.
That is crazy.
As a reporter for the Daily News in New York covering the NBA back in the 80s, watching Michael Jordan and going, can you believe we're watching this? We're front row. Amazing. And all people are doing is not about SGA and what he's been able to accomplish and all of his things, is that they don't like it. And that's why he's getting no respect.
Well, now tuned in to the Dark Times channel.
So here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And let's go ahead and get into it because we got to talk about it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, after winning his second MVP, people are starting to put him in an uncomfortable conversation.
I mean, first you two are just going out with each other. That's fine. But now you're taking this too far. You hear me? I can't.
And that's the conversation with the likes of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan.
Shai is more efficient than Kobe ever was. There will be an argument by the analytics types if Shai continues this, that he's a greater player than Kobe was, for example.
Yeah.
But people who lived through both eras will know that's not true.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's crazy coming from fucking Max Kellerman, because Max Kellerman is the same person that said Kawhi is better in the clutch than Kobe was because of analytics. So that's a lot saying from Shai. I mean, from Max. Hearing that from Max is kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Is a modern player who, to his credit, has gamed the system very well. Right. He's using the rules to his advantage.
But you see, Kobe and Jordan, this problem is not SGA. The problem is the rules and the way the game is refereed. That is the problem. Because Kobe and Jordan didn't flop because it wouldn't have done shit. Nigga, we ain't blowing the whistle for that. You better get your ass up. That's the difference. So it's like, the reason flopping is so prevalent in our league right now is because it works. If y'all stop calling these soft little bitch ass fouls, if y'all bring back hand checking, if y'all actually let people get physical again, because these are grown ass men. We know that, right? These are not like little high school, middle school girls. These are grown men playing the game. So if y'all stop calling these ticky-tack fouls, there will be no reason to flop. Kobe could have flopped and flailed all he wanted to. The ref would have looked at us and said, boy, you better get your dumb ass up. What you doing? Jordan could have flopped and flailed all he wanted to. Sir, you realize you could punch. It was a point in time where I ain't saying go back to this, but nigga, you could punch somebody in the game and not get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? You could elbow a nigga in his chest and put him on the hardwood and it wouldn't be a flagrant. Yep, just regular foul. If y'all bring back some more of that grittiness, that toughness that basketball fans love, we ain't saying hurt nobody, but fuck, bro. It's like it was a point, and back then, the NBA was like, they was letting too much shit slide. Like, they was beating Jordan ass. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying go back to that. That's an extreme. But we also don't need to be this extremely soft either. We can meet somewhere in the middle to where the Kobe era, where it was still physical, it was still a man's game. It was still a lot more physical, but niggas wasn't getting knocked out. Niggas wasn't getting beat up. Niggas wasn't getting broken ribs. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to meet somewhere in the middle, bro.
As he should. He's a champion and he's now a 2-time MVP. That's not what Kobe did, though.
And now they done did the math on it. And it's 17.4% of the time he ends up on the floor, more than anyone else. So now we got stats. I didn't even know that was a stat before.
That's a stat.
So now they're keeping stats on how many times you fall, how many times you flop. They got different angles. So again,
17% is outrageous.
17% of the time he ends up on the floor, and no one else has that number.
More than double the next worst guy.
Exactly.
So when we compare Shai to other superstars and MVPs of the past, we're not talking about somebody that's just getting fouled. We're talking about somebody that's hitting the floor at a rate that makes people question what they're actually watching.
It's not something that is enjoyable to watch, but it's also something where you don't get respect. I don't know if you can find another guy who won back-to-back MVPs where people are like discounting him, not praising him, not like in awe of him, not wanting to see this guy perform, saying, my God, are we lucky? We're in the SGA era. We're getting to watch this guy play. That's how people used to feel about Michael Jordan, even during the time as it was going on. Yeah. Not after the fact. About Kobe, not after the fact, but during.
Kobe obviously had a more cultural impact and a more generational impact, but SGA has to be put in that conversation in time.
You taking Kobe Bryant or you taking SGA?
I'm taking Kobe because the answer right in front of you is Kobe, but is that the right answer?
What? You overthinking this.
I might be.
You know what I mean? You read a lot of books. You did a lot of great things, right? With the Texas.
Yes, sir.
You graduate.
2 degrees.
2 degrees. It's just not that. It's not class, dude.
You're right.
Your eyes. You got glasses.
Yep, I do.
Prescription glasses. They work.
Yep.
When you watch SGA, phenomenal.
Yeah.
When you watch Kobe, phenomenal. So the reason why you said the first you said was, I'm taking Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Don't overthink this.
That's
please.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
And this is where a lot of the old heads struggle, including myself, with today's NBA, because we're watching with the game of basketball.
I like how he said today's NBA, because y'all keep making it the way the narrative go. Y'all make it seem like Shai's the only person to do it, and he's the first person ever, and this is just so crazy, and we can't believe that he
seeing with the players. It's not just them bending and manipulating the rules. In some cases, we're talking about flat out exploiting the rules to their advantage. Now, there's a difference between.
But this is what I will say. There's a lot of shit going through my mind right now. That's why I keep pausing. Nobody takes away the fact that Steph was MVP. I think he won back-to-back. I know he won unanimous MVP. He won 4 out of 6 rings. And one of the losses is because his team went down. So if his whole team don't get injured, we're talking about a guy who has 5 rings, 2 or 3 MVPs, a finals MVP. And nobody talks about the fact that maybe he doesn't have those MVPs or those championships without Draymond Green setting illegal screens every time. Without Draymond Green grabbing your jersey, elbowing you 2-3 times. Nobody really talks about that either. Nobody talks about a lot of little shit that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really mentions James Harden MVP years where he was 1 or 2 MVP and he was kind of doing the same shit. Like, I think he's just found a way to manipulate the game, and until y'all stop calling the shit, there's no incentive for him to stop. That's all I would say. You know what I'm saying? And people cannot like it, but if it's working, if it's getting me $1 billion in career earnings, if it's getting me back-to-back MVPs, if it's getting me potentially back-to-back championships, if it's getting me shoe deals and all this shit, why would I stop falling on the floor? So we need to change the way the game is refereed, and then he'll stop.
Absorbing contact and selling the contact a little bit. Basketball has always had this sort of gamemanship built into it. Every era of basketball had their set of guys that know how to get to the free throw line.
Right.
9 boards.
Same thing. They was mad at Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller was, before they changed the rule, he was known for kicking his foot out, nigga, and getting that 4-point play. He was known for that. And niggas got mad at it as much as they wanted to, but until they changed the rules in the rule book remember, the referees don't make the rules. They just enforce them, just like the police. So you got to remember that. Until they change that rule, Reggie gonna keep exploiting it. Allen Iverson, they changed his crossover. They made that shit illegal. But until they made it illegal, he was hitting niggas. Do your homework.
No. Yeah, look at that call. A kicking call against Reggie Miller.
Then they changed it. And then they start calling
no
it.
question about it. Did you see that?
And so it's frustrating to fans, and not just fans, but also former players find themselves shaking their heads because it stops looking like basketball at some point, and it starts looking like a performance.
Yeah.
Training with Kobe, rest in peace. Watch Michael train. I've seen Vince, T-Mac, seen Kevin Durant train. Watch Steph shoot. Watch all these guys train.
Yeah.
One of the things that's very hard for me as a fan and a person that loves and respects this game, y'all, is the amount of times that I watch SGA look for a call has made me think differently about him. Because I know what's going to happen.
Luka do the same thing.
What happens is when they win their second championship, or if they win their second championship back-to-back, he wins back-to-back MVPs.
They're going to try to...
Somebody's going to come on this network and say that he's top 10 or top 15, greatest of all time. I want us to really give hard thought to those people in that conversation for top 10, top 15, greatest of all time. Do they exhibit mannerisms like this, where they look for bailouts?
LeBron James
every single time.
LeBron James, for sure.
Literally, first possession of game 2.
Some of y'all got him to go.
Throwing his hands up to the ref.
That's the only thing I'm saying. Y'all have no problem. When LeBron do it, nobody give a fuck. Y'all got him. Y'all say he's the best ever. Because he played the longest and he flops. He's known for flopping. He's known for complaining every call. He's known for wanting every call. He's known as the crybaby. But see, what happens is I look at shit different, but the same niggas that was calling him a flopper and a crier, y'all was doing that when he was winning them rings with Miami. Fast forward to 2026, y'all, oh my God, this is just so unbelievable. And LeBron James has been great, and he's the greatest player ever. So what I say is people will forget. People will forget. People will forget. Nobody will care in the grand scheme of things. It'll be a conversation right now. But let this man win 2 more MVPs and 2 more rings. And I don't give a fuck what he's doing, nigga. If it's so easy, how about you fall on the floor then? If it's so if you could get 2 MVPs, 2 back-to-back rings, and end up in your career with 4 or 5 rings, 4 or 5 MVPs, all these all NBA teams, maybe all defensive team, maybe a defensive player, whatever the case is. If you can do that and all you gotta do is fall on the floor, how come you don't do it then?
We can watch clip by clip of the things that he does on the court, where I'm looking at him and say, man, I want to root for you. You are cold. Why do you need to play the game like that? You are cold-blooded. You're an assassin. Why do you need to exhibit these type of mannerisms?
Because they're holding him every fucking play.
I get the eliteness of the level of player he's at, but as a former player, I just sit there and I'm like, how am I supposed to root for that? How can I cheer that on, SA? KP, how can I do that? When I didn't see Kobe. Kobe would go up and down, play through things, like, oh, okay. MJ would play up and down, play through, like, okay. It wasn't head back. It wasn't falling through. Look at how many times his feet land in the position of the defense where he then automatically falls. Why does he need to play that way?
I think it's going to be interesting this summer. If they are to win, well, you'll have a two-time Finals MVP, two-time reigning MVP, two-time champion.
Back to back, yeah.
Where the NBA in the summer, instead of, like you mentioned, instead of highlighting it and loving it, are going to have to crack down on something that the two-time MVP, the two-time current reigning champ does. Usually you glorify that person, right? They become a deity.
No, it's not good for the NBA.
And the NBA is going to say, all right, not just him, you as a whole, this team, we've taken a look at some things this summer and we're cracking down. Remember the flopping can be a fine? We let it slide. Now we got to start fining again. And I think that's going to be crazy that a team that won twice in a row, he's the two-time MVP.
Well, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, if they win, I'm saying that'll be crazy that a team that wins, instead of being celebrated, it's going to be legislated. Ooh, that was a bar.
And so, of course, right now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not the only one that's taking advantage of the modern-day rules with
Absolutely
the NBA.
not.
But, of course, right now, he is the most notable one.
Them Knicks fans ain't going to say nothing about Brunson. Not going to say nothing about Jalen Brunson, who flops. Known for flopping. Knicks fans ain't going to say nothing about that.
I believe the NBA has already hinted at some rule changes coming this next offseason.
They do got to change something. I wouldn't be surprised
either if they took a long, hard look at the way the game is being officiated.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do shit. This has been going on for years, bro. You know what I'm saying? This has been going on for years. Even Jokic, known for flopping, he won a ring and 2, 4, 5 MVPs. However many fuck he got. James Harden, known for flopping, known for getting to the line, known for this. He won an MVP. I wouldn't be surprised if the league don't do shit. How long have we been complaining about? We've been complaining about the league being soft for more than 10 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? We've been complaining about the fact that you can't play defense for 10 years, bro. More than 10. You know what I'm saying? 10 years ago was when LeBron came back 3-1. No, Kyrie and LeBron came back 3-1. So it's like we've been complaining about flopping and how soft the league is since LeBron was, at least since LeBron was in Miami. That's when I remember shit changing. When LeBron got to Miami, that's when I remember everything changing. You know what I'm saying? Before then, it was still a little rough. I remember the D-Rose Bulls with Joakim Noah. It was still basketball. Like, niggas, big man was still posting up. You know what I'm saying? It was still such thing as a hard foul. Everything wasn't a flagrant. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'll probably say since like about 2013, 2012, somewhere around there is when the league just got overly soft. And the league got overly soft with who? LeBron James at the helm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think they're going to do anything about it. I think they should, but I don't think they are. I would have never changed it. I would have never changed the fact that you could be this soft. I would have never took hand checking out of the game. Why is that out the game? Why can't you hand check? Why can't I defend my player? But it goes back to, they want offense to be high. They want, you know what I'm saying? They want more scoring. They don't care about the real basketball fans because the real basketball fans aren't paying the bills. What's paying the bills is the casual fan. Y'all got to realize that. So as long as the casual fan is paying the bills, that's all they will care about. That's who they'll cater to. You know what I'm saying? That's forever. Because it's not as many diehard NBA fans as it is casual fans or just basketball fans in general. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's just I think that's just the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they're gonna change shit. They might, maybe because Shai will probably keep dominating too much or whatever. But if they don't, I wouldn't be surprised. Put it like that. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all think about it though? Y'all let me know like always. Skinny.